Good day everybody, welcome to my channel. Please join me in my travel to Bella Coola, British Columbia to photograph grizzly bears, mountains and many more. The drive from Victoria to Port Hardy takes about 4.5 to 5 hours. I started around noon and I drove straight to Port Hardy, actually briefly stopping in Campbell River. I slept at the terminal. If you pay $22 and if you have a car or a camper, you can sleep in it. There is no tent camping allowed. I woke up around 5:30, went to the terminal, there's free coffee. I think the ferry starts loading around 6:30 a.m. and the ferry leaves at 7:30. Very exciting. They started loading the ferry 6:30 in the morning. You had to show your boarding pass, so-called boarding pass, and also photo ID. And they first load the big rigs, campers and camper vans, because you have to reverse park. If you are unable to do so, they will do it for you. But it was very interesting. Once you go one level up the vehicle deck, that's the main area with the cafeteria and all the seating. Then you go one level up, there's an open area, and to the top deck. It's a very nice place to just hang out. When it's sunny, it's so awesome. When it's windy, it gets a little chilly. The ferry ride from Port Hardy, which is Bear Cove, to Bella Coola is about 10 hours. So the ferry leaves exactly at 7:30 and we are there around 5:30. For us, we arrived at 5 p.m. at the terminal.
We want you to enjoy the journey and be safe. So please listen to our quick safety tips.
First off, every member of our crew is Transport Canada Marine Safety Certified.
It was a very foggy morning when we left. We couldn't even stay on the upper decks. It was cold, windy, and there was a slight drizzle. But as the day progressed, it became a beautiful day. We were enjoying this ride, and all of a sudden the captain announces and says that there were whales on the port side. So we went up, and we had a nice show of whales, humpbacks. I was able to take a few photos and then some video, but sometimes it's really hard to photograph whales. We were traversing through the inland channels of northern British Columbia. It was a beautiful day, the sun was out, it was really nice and warm, and all the snow-capped mountains and the scenery, we were just absorbing everything.
We will arrive at Bella Coola terminal shortly. At this time, all passengers are asked to remain in the main passenger lounge. Further announcements will be made when it is time for passengers to proceed to the station.
As soon as I arrived at the campsite, I started making dinner as I was so hungry. The Riprap campsite is located in an awesome spot just next to the Bella Coola River in Hagensborg. just a 40-minute drive from the riprap campsite to the place where I was going to see bears, the Tweedsmuir South Provincial Park. This is Jeff from the Great Bear Chalet of Bella Coola. We met Jeff a few years ago, actually in 2020 September, when we visited Bella Coola. He was going to take me on an Eco River drift this morning. So this is my first bear sighting in Bella Coola. As we got out of the truck, saw this mama bear and the cub. The cub ran away into the bush, and I was only able to film the mama. She came out again, caught a fish and went in the bush. And then there were a bunch of people coming after us. They were slamming the doors, and she came out again, looking a little bit angry or nervous. We were just there for another 15 minutes or so, just waiting to see if it would come out again. It was a great day to be on the float, looking at these mergansers and seeing these spawning fish. It was so quiet. You see the mountains, and we're just floating by, enjoying the landscape.
It's not that you saw the mum was all cool. It's that the cub is just spooked by the increase in human activity. Like when those other trucks drove in, right, more people, and the cub was just in the bush. So that's why you saw mama catch that female salmon. And I would bet anything that that salmon was not spawned. So she had eggs still in her, which is what they want. Those are all just little fat bombs. So she took the fish into the woods.
Oh yeah.
And I think with the cub being a little upset, she just decided to stay in the woods.
And then we see our second bear. It's a she. She just appeared there all of a sudden. It was a little hot when facing the sun, so she was just chilling in the water, cooling herself. The fish were swimming by, she didn't care. But at one point she got up and jumped on a fish, caught one, but never ate it. She was just there, and then she started noticing the other floats behind us, and then slowly drifted away to the other side of the river. I had a hard time filming and also photographing at the same time. You gotta toggle a switch on my camera. For people who wants to know, we were on the float, just me and Jeff, about maybe 40-50 feet away from her, just watching her calmly. I had my long zoom lens. That's how I filmed it. Do you see all the spawning fish? They were everywhere. So, this is the second day of bear watching. Yesterday, after the float ride, I did not get lucky. But I was sitting there, met a bunch of amazing people, more photographers, made friends. And then this morning, I come here, I see this first bear. So after this bear left, there was a lull for a few hours. So I was a little bit bored and I was trying to film some jumping fish. It became lunchtime. Everybody went for their campers to make lunch. I was just sitting here, and the whole afternoon was uneventful until this bear showed up at 7:30. The ranger had left at 7 and everybody was packing up to leave, and then she showed up. After the bear showed up, lots of people started showing up as well. There were about 20-25 people trying to get a glimpse of the bear. Some even getting too close because they had phones as their cameras. This is day 3. I was at the bear watching spot in the morning, but there were no bears, and I thought I'll take a break and go to town and also drive to Odegaard Falls and look out. Well, it is day 4. I'm again bear watching. Our favorite bear shows up 7:30 in the morning, swam across, had a salmon, then goes into the bush, comes back again almost in front of us, walks far to the right, and then we'll catch a salmon and have salmon for breakfast. And later that day, we got to see the special cub with the blonde coat. She didn't come in front of us. She was shy, so was so far away. I was able to just film it from afar. By this time, I was getting a little bit tired of waiting for bears. So I decided to drive around and explore the beautiful mountain scenery of Bella Coola Valley. I was able to fly my drone at the edge of Tweedsmuir Park. There's no drone flying inside the park. Then on my 5th day, around noon, I packed up everything and headed for the infamous hill to leave Bella Coola. This is Tatla Lake. This is where I camped for the night. Made my dinner, set up my camera for a overnight time lapse. The next morning, 5 in the morning, I woke up and started driving. So that was it for my video. I really hope you like it. If you like it, please like it and subscribe. Thank you very much.